Good evening and welcome to another episode of Let's Talk. Tonight we're with one of our winning councilors in the city of Dumaguete, who was a former Dumaguete City Vice Mayor and now Councilor-Elect Franklin Gigi Esmeña Jr. Sir Franklin, Councilor-Elect Franklin Esmeña. Wow, balik legislation na naman tayo nito, ha? How do you feel right now winning the last election as city councilor?
Good evening sa ato ang mga viewers sa Let's Talk and to the rest of the staff under your tutelage, Dok Dinno. Good evening and again, thank you for this opportunity to again be with you, discuss things and talk about things and the future of Dumaguete City.
Yes.
So again, I would like to thank my fellow Dumagueteños for giving me again this opportunity to be able to serve them and to be able to represent them. So I really feel elated that I am one of the chosen few to be given this opportunity to bring Dumaguete to higher heights.
Mm-hmm. Now, Councilor, to whom and what do you attribute your victory in this recent election?
Of course, in the first place, I would like to thank God Almighty for being there with us. It's not just my campaign, but for everyone. And without His blessings, it will not materialize any at all. Mm-hmm. And secondly, to my family for being supportive to my dreams and aspirations. And lastly, to our fellow Dumagueteños for again giving me this humble representation, the opportunity to be able to serve them in the next 3 years to come.
Well said. Now, it's no, it's a fact really that for the last 3 years, medyo nag-hiatus tayo from politics, no, and from public service. But what kept you busy during those last 3 years?
Well, aside from of public service to our fellow Dumagueteños, we have a small business. We do farming also, and at the same time, we're in this insurance business, of which I have transferred. I'm now connected with Pacific Union Insurance. So that's what kept me busy during the hiatus out of public service. But for everybody's information, I have been helping our fellow Dumagueteños even during the lull time of 1919 to 2022. I have been of service because kabalo naman kang ang ato ang kasing-kasing naamanggod sa pagserbisyo o pagpangga sa ato ang mga kaigsunan sa dakbayan sa Dumaguete.
Non-stop na publiko serbisyo yun, serbisyo publiko for
yes,
you.
Yes.
Anyway, Councilor, some of your teammates did not make it, no, sa recent elections, no. Your message to them?
Ano siya? It's part of the game. It's part of the political exercise. Not everybody will win. But as ako lang ikatambag sa atong mga kauban nga who did not make it and was not given the mandate by the people to be able to serve in the next 3 years, is that all is not lost, because in the first place we have one cost, we have one platform of government, and it would be nice, but unfortunately dili tanan ang tingog sa Dumagueteño nga ilahang gihatagan o boto de kumpiyansa. So with that in view, ato ipadayon ang ato ang kausa, ato ipadayon ang ato mga plataporma di gobyerno, even sa atong mga kauban nga wala nahatagan sa oportunidad na makaserbisyo karong panahon na, because ang dynamics of politics as well as public service is gulong ng palad man doon siya. So hopefully in the next years to come, ato ang plataporma di gobyerno naman is short term, na mid term, na long term. Eventually with you around, makuyog nato kitang tanan in the years to come, so that Dumaguete will soar high to greater heights.
Now that you mention it, no, yung dynamics, no, How do you see now the dynamics with the incoming council, the new council that is going to come up with, no? Now that there are more opposition, that candidates that won as councilors compared to you now, how do you see the dynamics now sa city council?
Although in reality, there's this majority, there's this minority. But I just hope, no, because we are there, humanaman ang eleksyon, humananapod ang pamulitika, sugod na taog serbisyo.
Correct.
As long as maayo ang ato ang mga plataporma de gobyerno under the leadership of Mayor Ipe Remolyo, I hope they will be with us in our calling, to be with us with our cause, because usara man ang atong tuyuan ang paghatag ug kaayuhan sa tanan nga Dumagueteño, sa 30 ka barangay ug tanan nga purok diri sa ato ang dakbayan. So I hope that notion of opposition will be buried for now, and let's do our service in the next 3 years to come. Mo lang ang ako ang outlook sa current scenario or landscape diha sa ato ang kaning sa ato ang halls diha sa City Council.
Now, given the choice and given the opportunity to maybe be a chairperson of a particular committee in the council, or maybe a member of one of the committees there, what would be your choice if given that opportunity?
Ang ako yung personally, ang ako yung ganahan is agriculture, livelihood, as well as kaning governance. But if given other committees, I will work hard for it also. Kay in all eventuality, kaning ato ang committee chairmanship is just a facet of our position as public officials. We should work hand in hand with the executive department so that atong what do you call this? Atong matahi whatever needs to be sown, so that ang ato ang public service dili ma-hamper.
Okay.
So whatever committee chairmanship that will be given unto me, I would be happy and glad nga ako ana siyang ilantawan, ako na siyang tutukan, for the reason nga kani manggod siya, kung ano man siya, kung masa tawo pa ni usara ni mga organs for a proper functioning body. So we are part and parcel of it. Dili lang kay tungod usa ka chairman ka, dili ni siya tanan. That's not how I see it. But kumpleto tanan from kamot tiil tanan for a proper functioning body to be of service sa atong mga kaigsunan.
Now, talk about your priority legislations that you would be initiating once already council is in session.
When you talk of legislation, ang dynamics manggod aning ato ang local legislation is that more often than not, based on my experience, it's more of kaning unsay needs atong mga kaigsunan. That's where daa ang importance sa ato ang committee chairmanship, so that all facet nga gikinahanglan sa atong komunidad will be well represented sa ato ang diha sa ato ang konseho, maka-legislata, maka-representa, mao na siya. So again, kung unsay ako ang priority kaning flagship programs, kung pwede na ko madupan tanan nga panginahanglanon sa atong mga kaigsunan, okay ra ko, wala problema, basta I will be able to represent sa ato ang mga kaigsunan sa dakbayan sa Dumaguete.
Now, talk about the recent elections. How did it differ, if any, from past elections that you were involved or you were a part of?
With my 3 years hiatus, no, nakita na ko nga ang social media plays a major factor in campaigning. Aggravated by the fact of these COVID protocols, requirements. So nausog na gyud ang campaign landscape sa ato ang pagpangampanya.
Correct.
And naay factor sa akong nakita ang youth, no? More vocal, more idealistic na sila ron, and they really kaning voice out unsa ilahang ganahang may tabo. So as an observer last 3 years and karon, I take it as a challenge that I would be able to represent the youth so that we will have better future leaders in the future. At the same time, we will be able to represent also sa ilahang mga kinahanglan sa ato ang dakbayan.
Now, I understand last elections you ran for vice mayor. Am I correct? Okay.
Yes.
And then this time around you ran for councilor instead. What made you decide and what prompted you to run instead as councilor this time around?
It's like this. Much as we would like to attend to our personal ambition, no, we also take into consideration the kanang grupo nga consideration, because usara man ato katuyuan ani ang paghatag sa maayong serbisyo sa ato ang mga kaigsunan. So whatever title I will be holding or I am running for doesn't matter to me as long as I would be able to serve our fellow Dumagueteños. Okay na ko ana, because I find joy and happiness in serving sa atong mga kaigsunan.
Well said. Now, why was it that retirement was not even a did it even you never you enjoyed your 3 years I'm sure, but why did you decide to still be part of the political landscape and run for councilor instead?
It's like this. It's this political itch, no? Once you be able to serve your fellow Dumagueteños, there's always that itch, that calling. Na you can do more if you will be in public service. You will have a particular position. You can represent every need sa imong mga amigo, imong mga amiga, imong mga constituents. That's why I offered myself, and thankfully ang ato ang mga kaigsunan lisanong pod sa ako ang panawagan og ila pud ang isuportahan og gihatagag mandato. That's why nibalik ko to offer my services og ako ang pagmahal sa ato ang mga kaigsunan.
Now, talk about the challenges that Mayor Ipe Remolyo under his administration may be facing in his last term as the Chief Executive Officer of Dumaguete City.
There's this saying, Doc, no, it's not how you win the race, but how you finish the race.
Correct.
So the challenge now under the administration of Mayor Ipe Remolyo is to finish what he has promised 6 years ago, 9 years ago.
Yes.
That is the challenge, of which I will be supporting 100% of the programs as well as the dreams and aspiration of Mayor Ipe Remolyo, because mao man na ang panawagan ni Mayor Ipe and mao po na ang tubag sa Dumaguete. Mao nang here we are together with Mayor Ipe Remolyo, we will complete the master plan.
Yeah. Now, how optimistic are you that the priority programs and projects of Mayor Ipe in his last term will be realized?
I just hope, no. I just hope everyone, because the being co-equal with the executive, the legislative department being co-equal with the executive department, must work hand in hand. They must coexist. So I just hope everything will materialize and everyone will have due respect and accord to each and everyone from the executive as well as to the legislative. Because again, I would like to reiterate again, humana ang pamulitika, humana ang eleksyon, serbisyo na ta.
Now, as a former Dumaguete Vice Mayor yourself, and with now the incoming City Vice Mayor, Ma'am Maisa Sagarbaria, the Vice Mayor-elect, how do you see her distinguishing herself from previous Vice Mayors, and your thoughts on her being Vice Mayor now?
First and foremost, no, I'd like to congratulate Vice Mayor Maisa Sagarbaria for being the first woman Vice Mayor in the history of Dumaguete City. The challenges lies ahead. Each Vice Mayor who were given the opportunity to hold that position, dili nato makumparar kay from different needs manggod ang panghitabo on a daily, yearly, and even on a 10-year basis. So that's how I see it, and kudos to Vice Mayor Maisa Sagarbaria, and I know she's up for that position, and she will be able to guide us sa ato ang mga deliberation niya din, because she has the experience, she has the qualification, and she has the heart to serve also the public.
Now, you've been councilor before, you've been vice mayor also of Dumaguete City. Does the public, or do we expect something different from the Councilor-Elect Gigi ESMEñA this time around? Are there surprises now?
For now, I hope not. But again, I just would like to inform atong mga kaigsunan sa Tagbayan sa Dumaguete, kining inyong ubos nga amigo, inyong sulugon diha sa konseho, padayon pagpaduso, padayon pagpalambo sa atong dakbayan. And one thing I can guarantee, in my past years of public service, I am somebody you can count on. I am somebody who will represent your voices in the halls of the plenary. That's all.
Well said. Finally, your message to first Mayor Ipe, second to the incoming city legislation who will be inaugurated come to June 29 of 2022, and third, your message to the people of Dumaguete City.
To Mayor Ipe, congratulations for your last term as as mayor, and kudos to our cause, to our platforms. Hopefully, everything will come into place and set into place despite the challenges that lies ahead. Congratulations again, Mayor Ipe, to the new set of legislators in the City Council. I hope we would be able to work hand in hand for the betterment of this city, and we will be able to also to legislate and craft laws and ordinances that would be of great benefit to the majority of the city of Dumaguete. To my fellow Dumagueteños, again, thank you for this opportunity to be able to serve you, and rest assured, I will replace that with a sincere dedication of public service, and I will continue to provide the programs that would be of really great help sa atong mga kaigsunan, especially sa atong programa. We have a program right now, Gugma Ugasa ni JJ ESMEñA.
Wow, okay. A few words for your family and for your political supporters, please.
Yes. To my family, to my wife Marites, to my son Francos, to my mother, as well as my in-laws, as well as my relatives, thank you for being there with us, for supporting us in our endeavor to be able to win a slot here in the City Council and to be able to serve the public. Sa ato ang mga supporter, kabalo mo nga gipangga mo nako og ako kamong paipadayon og palangga, kay kita pinagi sa pagpinangga ay magmalipayon kita og magmalambuon ng ato ang dakbayan.
Councilor Gigi, always a pleasure to be my guest here in my talk show. And I'm sure as we go along, we'll have another occasion to be talking about legislation and other things about public service. So thank you very much for being my guest tonight. Let's talk.
Thank you, Doki.
So that was our guest for tonight, former Dumaguete City Vice Mayor and now Councilor-Elect Franklin Gigi ESMEÑA Jr. Please do continue to like us at our Facebook, Instagram, our Twitter accounts, and do subscribe to our YouTube channel. Let's Talk with Dok Dinno Dumaguete. That's our show for tonight. I'm Dok Dinno. Be well and let's keep talking.